Hi, it's me Regina, and in this video, I'm going to share 10 movies that have something spirits, mediumship, paranormal, ghosts in them. Those movies are going to be not in any particular order, and they are most certainly not the only movies that have something like that in them, but they are the ones that I have found to be interesting enough to include in this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the movie or show, TV show, and kind of give you very general idea what it's about, and then I'm gonna give you again sort of an idea of how mm, realistic it is when it comes to connecting with spirits and everything that comes with it. It really, how real it is to compare to how it's happening in real life, how real it is represented. And so, yeah, hope you enjoy. And also, if you have any other movie suggestions, um, then comment below. And yeah, let's get to it. Ghost Whisperer. That's a TV show. It has 5 seasons and there's 107 episodes. And in this show, the main character, Melinda, she's the one who sees ghosts, earthbound spirits. And whether the ghosts, the earthbound spirits, know it or not, but when she sees them, she has to help them in some way, shape, or form. And this show was in the production of this show, the real life medium was part of this show, part of creating this show. And this show is pretty realistic. I would give like 7 out of 10. Just like a show, and for the visual effects of all of that, it's kind of embellished, exaggerated things that happen, but when it comes to earthbound spirits and seeing them and all kinds of situations and what happens really if we listen and hear and follow what we hear, follow the earthbound spirit story, that anything can happen and anything is possible. It's just how far we are willing to go or wanting to go or can go with it. So, yeah. The Medium. It's also a TV show, 7 seasons, 129 episodes. The main character, Allison, is in the show the one who sees ghosts, can communicate with ghosts, and uh, she ends up working for a district attorney and help solve different cases. Mm, just like in The Ghost Whisperer, she's helping. Only the difference is that she is helping to specifically just helping to solve different murder cases or different missing people cases and things like that. This show also was not just having a real life medium help work with this show, but it's actually um, Allison's actually like a real life medium, and this show was based on her experiences, and therefore it is pretty realistic. Again, just like a movie, um, just like any movie, and there's situations and how it happens, and everything is just more concentrated in like more action happening in each moment there to make it more sort of dramatic and yeah, but other than that, it's pretty realistic. So yeah, it's again another good show to watch and even learn what can happen um, when it comes to communicating with ghosts. Ghost Town. Oh, this is a movie, and the main character is a guy who really doesn't like people, and he's working as a dentist. After he's in a he has a very minor surgery. While he is in the surgery, he dies for a bit, and after he gets out of the surgery, he discovers that he can see ghosts. Although at first he has no idea that he can see them and hear them, and doesn't even see a difference between people still alive and those who are dead. And he's not really happy about this new ability he has. Um, so this idea that somebody all of a sudden has this ability to communicate with spirits, see them, hear them. Um, there are quite a few cases like that in a real life that people have died for a brief moment, seconds, minutes, depends on each situation, and then they come back and um, have uh, they have all of a sudden this sort of either different perspective on life or abilities to see beyond the physical, whether it is to communicate with ghosts or other kind of abilities that are beyond average. So that part is really realistic, and I mean it's not just the only one. I also like that in this movie. What happens is that when people go through ghosts, even this guy who now can see them, and they walk through them, um, he everybody sneezes usually. And what it represents to me and how I see it, and which is very real in real life, that everybody, whether it is a medium or not a medium, of course, to on a different level, each person on a different level, depending on where they are with it. But if there are spirits, ghosts around, somebody or in some place, then everybody who's there, if they really listen, can feel something. Even if they can't pinpoint what exactly it is they're feeling or seeing or sensing, um, everybody does feel something. It's not necessarily sneezing, but I like that part and what it kind of represented there compared to how it is in a real life, and also the part where when ghosts, spirits, especially those who have unfinished business, who want to rely message to their loved ones who are still alive, when they find and see somebody who is still alive, and can hear them, can see them, then they are super happy and super excited and want to talk and won't leave if won't leave if boundaries are not set. They won't leave until that person who is alive is going to do something about their whatever the spirits want them to do. That is pretty realistic. Again, like in a movie, it's just shown very visual and very kind of embellished kind of in an embellished kind of way, but it's pretty realistic. Lovely Bones. This is a movie um, where a girl is murdered, and the whole movie is kind of coming from her perspective. After she's murdered, she doesn't even realize it at first, and then this whole movie is kind of her being in this in between world. Um, if we would talk with the Ghost Whisperer show terms, she would be like this earthbound spirit. She's not harming anyone. If anything, she's really kind of trying to help figure out what, how, where, and also helping her family, dad especially, to figure out who her killer was. And it's really nice, kind of. I mean, it's it's kind of different because it's not like there are that many movies. This is actually the only one that I know of or have seen where it's presented kind of from that perspective of the person, of the dead person. And well, there is a lot of truth to it, about helping to discover the killer, and you know, to have that sort of closure, looking for the closure, and then doing everything they can, combined with people alive doing everything they have, because they need, both sides need some closure. That's when really, ideally, um, both sides can uh, put it to rest and have that ending, sort of, in a way, ending for that particular situation. And yeah, so another good one to watch, I would say, and pretty realistic one. Lifted. This movie is about the boy whose father goes to Afghanistan and dies, and comes to him as a spirit, like, but comes as like a real person. The boy doesn't even know. Well, in the movie, it's shown kind of like presented as if he doesn't know that he is a ghost. And so it kind of follows the story. The boy is the passion that the boy and his father shared was singing and music, and he enters this singing contest, and has his dad, who is now a ghost, um, guiding him through this whole process and being there with him and encouraging him and being there for him, helping him. And so it's a very sweet sort of movie and story. And again, in a way, it's like realistic in a way where the loved ones who cross over, if we really really listen and are open to the idea that they can be with us, that we if we don't make it like a big deal or freak out or whatever, block ourselves from that possibility, then it's very easily possible that the loved ones in spirit are there with us, especially in situations that are significant in our lives. So when we make big life decisions, maybe not necessarily as present 24/7 as it was presented in this movie for this boy, uh, but the general idea, the root idea, um, is a very realistic thing. So yeah, check it out.